Hello, this is Beacon of Light. Welcome to my channel, and today I want to be talking about the second dream that I had. So I'll start with that dream. I had a dream where I was hanging out with a new group of people, and then I noticed that this guy in the group, we were all sitting in chairs in a circle, and I noticed that this guy was looking at me. He was looking at me wrong, and it seemed like his girlfriend was saying things about me. Like, she kept talking to him. She kept talking to him and looking at me. Talking to him and then looking at me. So there, I basically knew that she was putting things in his head so that he would end up not liking me. And again, I didn't know any of them. So then afterwards, when his girlfriend said whatever it is that she said, this guy basically thought that I wasn't a nice person at all. So he didn't bother talking to me at all. So all of a sudden, his girlfriend, she was quoting things from the Bible. You know, when she was quoting these things in the Bible, she was looking at me wrong. And again, I don't understand why she was looking at me wrong. And at the same time, I felt as though that every time I would try to talk or like try to have a conversation with someone, I felt as though that she quoted things in the Bible to make me look bad. And so she said these things so I can feel bad, but I already didn't feel bad. I really didn't pay attention. I knew exactly what she was trying to do, but I just didn't pay attention to her. You know, I didn't want to deal with that nonsense. And then also I felt as though that she was judging me. She was judging me in the basis, just basically in the way that I was talking and the way that I was expressing myself. And she was just judging me, and she didn't like me at all. So then a couple of days later, her boyfriend, I noticed that he was sitting down on a chair, and he was sitting next to his brother, and I smiled at him. And then he started talking to me, and then we started to get to know each other. And then from there, he actually found out that I was a nice person. He was like, oh my goodness, you're a nice person, you're not who I thought you were, And then, he found out that whatever his girlfriend was telling me, or I'm sorry, whatever his girlfriend was telling him was not true about me. So he found these things out. And then as we kept talking, we found out that we had a lot of things in common. And then I started quoting things from here. I started quoting things from the Bible, and he smiled. And then he started quoting things from the Bible as well. So we both were reading the Bible to each other. We were just smiling at each other. So I thought that was nice. And again, I smiled at him, and he smiled at me. And the reason why he smiled at me was because he knew that I was being really sincere. He knew that I was speaking the truth of the things that I was saying in the Bible. Then all of a sudden, he saw his girlfriend again quoting things from the Bible about me. And then he stopped. He was like, you know what? I don't even know why I dated this girl in the first place at all. I don't see why I was so into her. I don't understand why I was so into her in the first place. Because she's over here talking about other people, making them look bad. And, I don't want to be surrounded by a person like that no more. And so that helped him open his eyes. So then all of a sudden, like I said, he stopped dating her. He stopped talking to her. He basically decided to say, he decided that he no longer wanted to date her anymore. And he felt that she was being hypocritical because he knew that she didn't have God in her heart. She basically didn't have God in her heart. And again, she was quoting things about me. Once again, she was quoting things about me from the Bible. And I felt, at that point, I felt kind of uncomfortable, and so did her boyfriend, So again, she was quoting things from the Bible that he knew that was not true to my character. He knew, okay, why is she saying this about me? Why is she saying this? Like, what's going on with her? So again, to whoever this word is for, someone seems to be hating on you for no apparent reason, and they don't like you, and you've done nothing to them, and they keep criticizing you and judging you just by the way that you're speaking or talking and expressing yourself. So now they keep taking quotes from the Bible, and they're just basically being hypocritical. And like I wrote down, and they're just trying to manipulate the words in the Bible. That's all they're doing, you know? So again, they're trying to manipulate the words from the Bible so it can best suit them. So now this actually reminds me of the verse here, and it says, the verse of Matthew 15, 2-9. And this is where the Pharisees is making fun of Jesus and his disciples. So this is what they said. So again, Matthew 15, 2-9. Why do thy disciples transgress? Why do thy disciples transgress? Again, sorry. Why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of their elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread. But he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandment of God by your tradition? For God commands, saying, honor thy father and mother, and he that curseth father or mother, let him die the death. But ye say, whoever shall say to his father or his mother, it is a gift, but whatsoever thou mightest be profitable by me, and honor not his father or his mother, he shall be free. Thus have ye made the commandment of God of none effect by your tradition. Ye hypocrites, well did Elijah prophesy of you, saying, this people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth, and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. So again, basically, there's a lot. Basically, what this verse is trying to say is the Pharisees was judging Jesus' disciples for not washing their hands before eating. And the Pharisees wanted to know why they were overstepping their tradition. So then Jesus said, okay, so basically you think that we're overstepping our traditions because we're not washing our hands when we're getting ready to eat. So Jesus said back to them, okay, why is it that you're overstepping your tradition? Why is it that you're overstepping your tradition? He says, you hypocrites. The Bible's word says one thing, right? The Bible's word says one thing, but you say another. So the Pharisees were just basically twisting and changing and manipulating the words in the Bible, you know, to better suit them in their own ideology of things. So then Jesus continued on. So then Jesus says that God says it's vain that they keep worshiping me. It's vain. So again, it's true what God says. So again, it's true what God says. You know, people that change words, or people that change or twist the words around or manipulate it, you know, to use it for their own ideology of things. God said, why bother worshiping me? Like, why bother worshiping me? You know, these type of people will honor me in their lips, yet their heart is far removed from me because they don't have me in their hearts. They don't have me in their hearts due to, you know, speaking things that isn't valid. So why do it? Why worship me if the things that you're speaking aren't valid and they're not true? So it says here in Matthew 7:5. So we're going to look here in Matthew 7:5. Wow. Thou hypocrite. Thou hypocrite. First cast out the beam out of thine eye, and thou shalt see clearly to cast out the mote out of the other brother's eye. So he's basically saying, okay, so first, for whatever's going on in your life, he's saying, first, for whatever's going on in your life, for example, you could be slandering, you could be sinning, you could be manipulative, or like they say, you can teach things in vain. Whatever it is that you're doing in your life, whatever it is that you're doing in your life, just stop. Stop and learn how to fix these things. You need to learn how to fix your own things before you start to judge or criticize others. Because it says here, you're a hypocrite. You are a hypocrite. And this verse is right. You are a hypocrite because you're criticizing and you're judging others due to the things that they're doing in their life. While on the other hand, you're doing the same thing. And if you're not doing the same thing, you're probably doing way worse things than what they're doing. And that's why Jesus says, and that thing that they're hypocrites. And it says it here, you are hypocritical. You are a hypocrite person. You are a hypocrite if you judge others. And if you judge others, you're a hypocrite. Go fix your life and do what it is that you need to do, again, to fix the things in your life before you start criticizing and judging other people. And I see that all the time. I see people, like I said, I don't get involved in those things, but I see a lot of people judging others. I see a lot of people judging others, and I look at their situation like, oh my goodness, like, I can't believe this person is judging this other person because their life is way worse, and they're doing a lot of bad things in their life. So I don't understand why they're judging others. And to me, that's just hypocritical. It's just hypocritical. So again, stop judging others. It's not right to judge others, and stop criticizing others because your life is not perfect. No one is perfect. No one is perfect. So just stop judging people. Stop. Because your life is not perfect and it's not right. Do you want people to judge you because of the things that you've done in your life, or because of the things that you've done, which is probably way worse than what the person, like I said, you're judging the person? What gives you the right to judge others? What gives you the right to criticize others? You don't do that. You don't do things like that. That's not right, And like I said, in most cases, which I've seen myself, the person that's actually doing the judging, their life is way worse and they're sinning even more than the person that they're judging. So again, please don't do this because it's not right. Like it says, then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. So again, before you even try to take out anything of someone's eye, look at your own. So again, this is Beacon of Light. Thank you so much for watching my channel, and have a blessed night. Good night.